pedestrian crossing is one of the most hardest and difficult here in the Philippines. If it's your first time in the Philippines, you're gonna find it so hard to cross the road here. Filipino, they cross the road differently from the rest of the world. But as time goes by, you're gonna get used to how they cross the road. Now, how do Filipino cross the road? Now, in order for you to cross the road here in the Philippines, you have to just cross the road, right? Like the rest of the world, when there's like in the Philippines, they saw zebra lines, but the crossing lines, the white stripes, uh, like the normal world, you have to stand at the end of uh, the crossing line, and the car have to come and stop, and then you cross. And here in the Philippines, it's different. You just have to walk into the road so the car will stop. Otherwise, the car won't stop. You have to actually literally walk into the road so the car will stop, and then you cross the road. Now, all this just crossing without care, barreling through the traffic, have caused a lot of incident here in the Philippines. Like I just read, according to the Department of Health here in the Philippines, bit, for 10 years, all right, this report came out in 2021, so 2021 back 10 years, the total incident reported was 57,000 pedestrian incident, whether it's injury or death that caused by people just crossing the road whenever they want to, and car not stopping. One of the things that the government implement is the crossover bridge, but now because there are a lot of people who can't climb up and down those crossing bridges, so they're trying to increase more uh, pedestrian crossing, those zebra crossing. That's what they say here. So they implement all these crossings and trying to add more um, zebra lines. People are still crossing the road, when necessary. Like they don't want to walk that few extra meters to the crossing line and then cross. They just want to cross the road. So, like, it helps, but it doesn't help. It still causes havoc on the road and traffic incident. People, drivers yelling and tooting horns and all those. So even government implementing all this, it still doesn't work. Wait here. Now this is one thing Filipinos don't like. Waiting. That is one of the main reasons why Filipino, they don't wait for car to stop or traffic light to go green for pedestrian. They just don't like waiting. That's why they cross the road. So in the cities, major cities like Manila, most of the times they're rushing to go home, to go to work or they're trying to avoid the rush hour. Now the second thing is the right to land or something to do with, that's what my professor said in our university, said that one of the reasons why Filipino they just cross the road mostly in the provincial side is that they have this attitude that this is our land and you are passing through it, so we can just cross the road anytime we like to. So that attitude of this is my land, I can do whatever I want, I can cross the road anytime, you're passing through, you have to respect me. That is one of the reasons also that Filipino just cross the road unnecessary. And I think this is mostly in the province. I think in the city is something to do with time and work. Now, as a foreigner, what would you do when it comes to uh, crossing the road here in the Philippines? I'll just put on the shade. Um, Mind you, it's dark outside. I'm just putting this for show. What I personally do is I actually wait for the traffic or the car coming and going actually slow down. There like 5 to 10 seconds intervals where there's no car. That's why I cross the road. But there are some good drivers out there that when you stand on the crossing path, they're actually gonna stop and tell you to pass. But yeah, I don't actually follow what Filipino do because as you said, like, you know what, that's a Filipino thing. Let's just leave it there. So Filipino they just cross the road unless I'm standing trying to cross the road and a group of Filipino there and they trying to cross the road. That's why I just follow them and cross the road. Otherwise, I'll just wait. It's a bit tricky crossing the road, but once you get used to it, like the first time I was crossing the road, like I feel a bit heavy, just trying to cross the road. But when you do it more and more, now you get used to it and you find ways to cross the road. So if you are coming here to the Philippines, be mindful that cars won't stop for you to cross the road unless you make an attempt to cross the road. That's where they'll stop. But there are good drivers out there that they're gonna just see you and stop. So hope this help and I'll see you on the next one.